World Consulting Research and Corporation is a company which has been initiated with only one vision in mind, and that vision is to become the #1 company globally in the field of research, rating, ranking and listing of brands. We position ourselves very, very clearly and crisply as a high-ended niche brand equity research company which does the best valuations and rankings, ratings, listings for the brands. Every rating that we have done, whether it's the 100 most valuable brands, whether it's the Asia's most promising brands, whether it has been India's most promising, whether it is the series of Asia's best and fastest growing real estate brands, FMCG companies, manufacturing brands, services brands, we have simply become the most credible today. And we are extremely glad that today most of the companies in the continent use our logos and our rights as the main hallmark of their advertising campaigns, of making their consumers believe that they are topmost brands who are really doing a great job across the continent and across in the country.
We at Wcrc believe in creating value for brands and taking their stories to the masses through our international magazines, Leaders Asia and Brands Illustrated. Leaders Asia is a monthly analytical business magazine where we talk about journey of a brand through interviews of the leaders, where they talk about how the brand has started, its success stories, they give their viewpoints on policies and economies. Wherein Brand Illustrated is a brand magazine which is the only magazine in Asia which is in an illustrated format, where we talk about the journey of a brand in an illustration format, where how the brand has started to the success of the brand till now in more of a pictorial format.
One of our magazines is Wcrc Leaders Asia. To my greatest surprise, it has become a huge seller across the continent. In the magazine, we have been doing direct interviews of leaders who have changed companies, changed history, shaped up countries, shaped up the continent. We have been analytical, we have been incisive, we have been extremely research driven. The other magazine that we launched this year in January is something very close to my heart, which is Brand Illustrated. I say that this is the sexiest business magazine in the world because the layouts have been done in such a way. It's very illustration driven, pictorial driven magazine on brands and products and their heads and marketing heads, and that's interested people a lot.
Most admired brands is a listing of those brands who has created legacy for themselves across Asia. These are those brands who has created serious dent in the mind of the consumer through various marketing strategies. Now, talking about the process, okay, there are two phases of research that we conduct. The first phase being the secondary and the second phase being the primary. On the parameters like legacy, impact, recall, okay, the brands are shortlisted, okay, and we come up with the list of 100 brands. Now, talking about the formats of the brand, it's a multi-project listing. The brands gets an opportunity to get featured in the television, okay, in the coffee table book, in the web portal, handhelds like BlackBerry, Android, iPhones. So it's primarily a 360-degree mileage for the brands who get associated with.
We conduct rigorous and extensive researches to arrive at a final list of brands. We have copyrighted intellectual properties such as brand equity, brand matrix, brand quiver, which help us devise tools to analyze brands on various parameters such as brand awareness, brand image and perception, which are basically perception-based studies. We initiate a study by conducting secondary research, which is followed up with a primary research wherein there is in-depth study amongst the consumers, amongst the customers, to come out with the final listing of brands. Apart from that, we have an esteemed panel of global jury members who evaluate each of the brands on the brand equity parameters. The final listing is a cumulative scoring of the iBrands 360 research team and the esteemed panel of jury members.
We organize some of the best brand festivals, summits and conclaves. We have people participating from different walks of life like industrialists, celebrities and authors.
Wcrc has been known to do the best events, corporate events across the globe. You know, our events have been extremely well known. They have been dynamic. They have been very well taken with a lot of world press coverage, whether it's been in Dubai, in London, in India. It's been extremely talked about. But this event that we are doing in Singapore this time is absolutely iconic for us. because we are launching 4 different projects in one go firstly. But the essence of everything is the same. Evaluating the best brands, which we are of course launching this rating of the 100 most admired brands across Asia. Of course, China, Japan, Korea has been the highest in that list of about 60 brands from those countries and 40 from the rest of the continent. And along with it, we are also doing the best and fastest growing brands in education, healthcare and real estate as a launch, because we feel that these 3 industries are driving forces of industries across the continent. This event is known as the Ideas Fest simply because we have the greatest people sitting under one roof discussing ideas which are absolutely ideas that will change this continent by the year 2020. And what we do also as a company is every idea that is discussed, shared, we ensure that we promote them properly. We reach it out to governments of the countries, various countries, so that they take a cue from what corporates are discussing, leaders sitting out here are discussing, heads sitting out here are discussing, because at the end of the day, any economy of a continent or a country moves on how their companies actually grow and function. Wcrc diversified into loads of other stuff. It's into engineering and technology consulting now in a pretty big way. We have started our social wing, HEAL, which is doing loads of social work already, adopting kids, doing work for the poor. Of course, we're coming out with a magazine to support that cause as well. We are getting into the space of luxury and lifestyle, films and few other things. So things are pretty exciting. Hours of research, extremely scientific methodology, our integrity towards our client, our commitment that we have delivered to everything to our clients has definitely made Wcrc what it is. We have been different. The sole motto is that we are going to deliver everything possible for the clients, and we are going to deliver everything possible to eliminate competition.